Welcome to once again for Great Long Accountancy class. So I hope that you understood some extent for preparation of journal entries, correct? Under traditional approach, when using the LPOB rules, that is called golden rules. What is there as a personal account, real account, nominal account, correct? So here for this video, definitely going to be helpful for preparation of journal entries. We have discussed for the many journal entries now. So here one by one. So some important journal entries in at your one glance as a synopsis, correct? So that's what quick glance of important journal entries. What we discussed earlier, for this video, collection of all the journal entries in at your one presentation. Whenever you want to have any doubts, when you see this video, you can understand the preparation of the journal entries, correct? So normally when a person starts a business, we look at the capital. So what is the first situation of the possibility of the transaction? See, cash brought into the business as capital. Okay. So what is the entry? Cash or bank account data to capital account. Okay. What is the first entry? Cash or bank account data to capital account. Okay. So that's what your first business transaction. Cash brought into the business as capital. Suppose when a person brings capital in the business, what is the journal entry? You can write as it is cash or bank account data to capital account. That's what our usual first entry, correct? Then second one, as a cash and other assets brought into the business. Suppose when a person starts the business, not only bringing cash as a capital, bringing the some assets like maybe furniture, a plant and machinery, okay, like that. Suppose in this situation, how you are going to prepare the journal entries, correct? See here. Suppose cash and other assets brought into the business. What is the journal entry? Okay. So building account data, then plant and machinery account. Okay. Plant and machinery account data, then furniture account data. Here, furniture account. Okay. Furniture account data, then cash account data. So here, these three are some assets. At the time of starting the business itself, we are bringing the cash. Same manner you will see in our NCERT book. Suppose what is the opening entry? Okay, this is also one of the example of opening entry as a building account, plant and machinery account, furniture account. All together some assets. Okay, thereafter cash account as you know same to capital account. That's what when the person coming for the business, he brings not only cash, assets also. In this situation, how to prepare journal entries? Okay, that's what our second transaction. What is third one? You know very well. Goods purchased. Here, goods purchased on cash. Okay. So what is the journal entry? So as a purchases account data to cash or bank account. Okay. Mostly, the more purchases you mentioned bank. What is the bank? Through check. Suppose you are giving check. Any purchases and you pay cash. Otherwise, you are issuing any check, you have to credit what? Bank account. Okay. That's what our third business transaction. What is fourth one? Here, goods purchased on credit. Okay. So what is the entry? Same manner as a purchase account data to supplier account. The name of the person whom you purchased. Okay, you have to mention the supplier account. Any name? Yeah. This is the standard entry for journal entry. For remembrance of goods purchased on credit. See here both when we discussed it. As a purchase on cash, purchases is debit. Here also goods purchases on credit, purchase is debit. Only the credit only differences changes. Here as a cash to cash or bank account. Here as a credit transaction, purchases on credit transaction to supplier account. Okay, that's what the variation. Whenever for the goods purchased on cash and goods purchased on credit. Okay, I understood this fourth situation. Now let's for the next one. As you know, what is the cash sales? Okay, cash sales. So whenever we are dealing goods on sales by cash, immediately you got money. What is the entry? As you know, cash account data to sales account according to helpful of our rule. So as a cash account, you know, it's coming under real account. Why it is real account? It is a asset. So debit what comes in. That's why debited. As a sales account coming under nominal account. As a income. What is the nominal account rule? Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. Okay, that's what I am credited. So whenever you want to put debit and credit as journal entries, you want to confirm that whether we are following rules. You have to verify the rules, whether the rules properly mention our debit and credit transaction. Okay, that's why we are going to check or personal, real, nominal account. Identification of accounts accordingly. We are going to prepare journal entries. Okay. Then sales of goods on credit. Okay. Here goods on or cash sales. Here goods sold on by credit. What is the entry? Debtors account. You also call even customer account. Okay. Maybe customer. Any name of the customer you mention, you have to mention. Okay. So customer or debtors account. I mentioned debtors. Debtors means number of customers. Okay. Debtors account to sales account. Whenever on goods sold on credit. Understood? Here also same manner. Cash sales you debited cash. Here only the debit, only the variation. As a cash sales here see here credited. Here also credited. Only our debit part is vary. Whenever goods sold on cash, we got cash debited. Whenever goods sold on credit, we debited the party name, customer or debtors account. Understood? That's what the comparison. Here also the same comparison as a purchaser's account debit. Okay. That's why you can able to identify very easily whenever for purchase on cash and credit transaction. Similarly, goods sold on as a cash sales and credit transaction as a sales. Okay, that's what the comparison once again. You can very clearly understood the journal entry, especially for the purchases and sales transaction. Okay, then very important, goods returned to the supplier. Here the where to. So whenever any purchases, so any damages or anything, you want to return back to supplier. What is the entry? Here supplier account. You want to debit. Supplier account data to returns outward or purchases return. This is also called what? Returns outward. Okay, that's what very important. Any goods return to the supplier. What's the journal entry? Supplier account data to return outward or purchases account. Okay, that's why we can also call return outward. Naturally, you know what is purchase return is a direct meaning. So you can also write return outward. Okay, suppose in examination you confuse what is the meaning of return outward. Return outward nothing but purchase return. Okay, understood now. Supplier account to return outward or purchase return account. Whenever goods return to the supplier. So here supplier will debit it as a personal account. He is the receiver. Okay. Similarly, goods returned by the customer. Suppose any goods is sold, sometime what happens? The customer returned to us, correct? So in this situation, what is journal entry? That's what. Here also, return inward. Nothing but what? Sales return. Okay, sales return account. Understood? So goods returned by the customer. Any returned goods from the customer. What is journal entry? Return inward or sales return account to debtor or customer account. So here, as a personal account, he is the giver. Where we are getting goods from the customer. Let's say here debtor and customer credited. Okay. When our sales here debited. Okay, here credited. Understood. Here return inward or sales return. So any sales return earlier as a sales credited, as a sales return you are debited. Similarly, earlier any purchases debited, here purchase return credited. Understood. So opposite effect. Can easily understood later on when our preparation for four important situations. Purchases, purchase return. Sales and sales return. We also call return outward for purchase return, return inward for sales return. So very important the word. Okay. Then purchase of assets. Suppose you purchase any asset, not goods. So be very careful. So whenever purchase on goods only, you want to debit purchases account. Suppose you want to buy any specific asset like computer, even car, any asset. You want to mention the particular asset name. That's what here. Purchase of assets for cash. What is the entry? Assets account data to cash or bank account. Okay, understood. Very careful. Especially any purchases, you want to mention asset account. Okay. Don't mention purchase account. So when you mention purchase account, just goods. Suppose you are dealing computer sales, there you have to mention purchases account. Suppose when you purchase computer for the office use, but you are dealing some other goods, so that time the computer is become as asset account. Understood? That's what difference between what is purchases of goods and asset. That's why this journal entry very important. Purchase of assets for cash means you want to specify the particular assets name, debited asset account, what comes in. Coming under real account, debit what comes in, here real account, credit what goes up. Okay, that's what you want to understood the journal entries for the each and every transaction. I will continue for the further transaction. Okay, let's see the all the transactions. Okay. Okay, let's see the quick glances of important journal entries. The continuation. Okay, next example. What is that? Depreciation charged on assets. Suppose any depreciation is going to charge. What is journal entry? Simply you can debit depreciation account data to assets account, the particular asset. Which asset are going to depreciate? You want to mention the name of the asset, maybe plant and machinery. Okay, furniture, car, like that, motor car. Okay. Depreciation account data to asset account when depreciation charge on assets, okay, to reduce our assets value. Okay, that is the example. Okay, one of the journal entry here. Then sale or disposal of any old asset. For example, you want to dispose your asset, but there are two situations. First, you will see sale or disposal of any old asset at a loss. So what is the meaning here? For example, as a furniture, so worth of 10,000 rupees worth of the furniture, you sold 9,500. Okay. So what is the last year? 500. So how much you received? See here, cash or bank account data. I mentioned 9,500. Okay. Actually, what is my asset? Asset is 10,000. Okay. So how much my loss? That's what debit. Loss on sale of assets account how much? 500. Understood? The example about this one. So sale or disposal of any old asset at a loss. How to pass journal entry? So whatever we received money 9,500. That we debited. Cash or bank account data 9,500. As a cash or bank coming under real account. Why it is real account? As a debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Okay, that's what here as a asset. Thereafter, loss on sale of asset coming under nominal account. Why it is nominal account? Because debit all expenses and losses. For us here as a loss. That's why we are debited here. Okay. Then to asset account. What is the asset account here? Coming under again real account. What is the real account rule? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Now as asset goes out, how much? The 10,000 worth of assets, we got money 9,500. So 500 loss on sale of assets whenever assets disposed for loss. You understood for this specific entry. Similarly, same another example, sale or disposal of any asset at a profit. The same whatever the asset now. I will say what is the asset value? I will put 11,000. Okay. The same 10,000 worth of asset, I put how much? As a asset is 11,000. Okay. But how much I received? I received as, see, I received as 12,000. Okay. So again, same value. Cash or bank account data 12,000. I received how much? 12,000. Actually, what is the cost of the asset disposed? To asset account 11,000. So what is my profit here? I'm crediting my profit to profit on sale of asset 1,000. You understood now? The example about sale or disposal of any asset at a profit. So whenever any asset disposal at a profit, we got profit. So what is the journal entry? As a cash or bank account data 12,000. So why again I am debiting cash or bank account as a real account, debit what comes in. Then to asset account, credit what goes out. Okay, as a 11,000. Again here, to profit on sale of asset, coming under which type of account? Coming under nominal account. Why it is called nominal account? Because credit all income and gains. Here for us it is a gain as a profit on sale of assets, 1,000 rupees profit. Now understood comparison between disposal of asset at a loss and the profit. Understood for these two journal entries. Okay. Then cash withdrawn for personal use. So this is a very very important one. We discussed 2 or 3 examples. Correct. So whenever cash withdrawn for personal use, what's the journal entry? Answer very well. You want to debit what? Drawings account. Correct. As a drawings account coming under nominal. Okay. Debit all expenses and losses. Similarly to cash account. So that's what any cash withdrawn for personal use you consider as drawings account data to cash account. It's a very very important journal entry. Okay. Then move for the next one. You know this. As the goods are given as a charity. So like we are hand over some our goods to some charity, helping purpose. you can given our goods. So what is the entry? As a charity account data to purchases account. So why are you crediting our purchases? You want to reduce our purchases because goods goes out, correct? So when goods goes out, naturally our stock value reduced. So our purchase value reduced. That's why I'm crediting purchase account, debiting charity account. Similarly, goods lost by fire or theft. So again, any goods lost by fire, any theft, same manner, lost by fire or theft account data to purchases account. Here also, our purchase value reducing. The three situation, correct? One is again, goods given as a charity, thereafter goods lost by fire. Okay, lost by fire, theft account data to purchases account. Suppose a person withdraw goods for personal use, what is the entry? Drawings account data to here, same with here. Suppose goods withdrawn for personal use, what is the entry? You can write it what? Same drawings account. Same drawings account data to purchases. Okay, here I put cash or goods. Okay. So suppose goods withdrawn for personal use, what is the entry? Drawings account data to purchases account. Okay, purchases account. Similarly here, as a charity, thereafter any loss by fire or theft. So all three situations, we are crediting our purchases account. Debit only situation changes. As a personal use or as a charity or loss by fire or theft. Okay, then it's a very important entry. Collection of cash or check from customer and discount allowed if any. So this when it will happen, suppose we dealing goods on sales on credit transaction, correct? So sales, cash sales on, not cash sales, credit sales. So whenever credit sales taken place, then later on, a customer has to pay to us. Okay, that's what here, collection of cash or check from customer, like through bank. How we are going to give the entry effect when we consider discount allowed. What is the entry? Cash or bank account data, debit. Then discount allowed account data, debit to customer data account. Understood? Repeat once again. Cash or bank account data. For example, you sold 20,000, but you received only how much? 19,500. That on. Okay. So actually customer data account supposed to be how much? 20,000. But this 500 we consider what? Discount allowed. Okay, see discount. So understood this entry? So that's what cash or bank account data 19,500, then discount allowed account data 500 to customer data account to 20,000. That's what our debit and credit tally. See here when our discount allowed. So now see the confirmation whether we done our debit and credit correctly or not. As a cash and bank you know very well coming under real account, debit what comes in. As a discount allowed is what? It's coming under nominal account. Why it is nominal account? So debit all expenses and losses. See here losses. So 500 we are losing. That's why discount allowed we debiting as coming under nominal account as a losses. Then again to customer debtor account as a personal account. He is the giver. So credit. So giver is what? However, what is the personal account rule? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. So credit the giver. Now understood for this journal entry, especially for any collection of cash or check from the customer. If discount is allowed. Same manner, opposite. Suppose any payment of cash. Suppose you are going to pay payment for cash to suppliers. So that discount received, if any. For example, I am going to pay the same example. Some purchases I had done earlier as a credit purchaser. Purchases. Now I am going to pay supplier how much? 20,000. Okay. But how much I paid? To cash or bank account. I paid only 19,500. So how much I am enjoying? I am not paying that 500 rupees. That is called discount received account 500. Understood? For this example about transaction regarding payment of cash or check to suppliers if discount received if any. So suppliers account data 20,000 to cash or bank account 19,500 to discount received account 500. Here as a supplier, as a personal account, debit the receiver. Okay, he only receive it. So what? Cash or bank account coming under real account. So debit what goes out. Similarly, as a discount received account coming under nominal account. Okay. So this is coming under nominal account. Why it is credited? Because credit all income and gain. So this 500 gain for us. Okay, have understood comparison. Discount allowed, always debit. Okay, discount received, credit. You understood? That is very very important for comparison of any collection of cash or check from debtors or any payment to a supplier. Whenever discount received. So whenever discount allowed and discount received, you want to pass, this is the entry exam. Okay, these are the entries. Okay, now the continuation, let's see the remaining other entries. So you have to continue for this. Quick glance of important journal entries. Okay. So the continuation of our quick glance of important journal entries. Next journal entry is very important, bad debts. Okay. So what is the meaning of bad debts? Before that, when a person become debtor, here bad debts and debt. Suppose we are goods sold on credit, a person become debtor. So later on what happened? Some portion of amount unable to recover. That is called bad debts. The amount which is unable to recover by the as a company is called bad debts. Okay. So unable to given by the debtor. Okay, that is very very important as a bad debts. So what is the entry? Bad debts account debtor to customer or the particular debtor account. So we have to debit bad debts. Okay. So bad debts coming under for us as a loss, as a personal account. Debit all expenses and loss. Similarly, as a customer and debtor, as a personal account, as a credit the giver. Okay, understood this entry, especially for the bad debt. So bad debts is a very very important one, important example about our business transaction. After that, suppose what you declared earlier as a bad debts, now recover. Luckily we got money. Recovery of bad debts. What is the entry? Same, cash or bank account data to bad debts recovered account. As a cash and bank, coming under real account, as a asset, so debit what comes in. Then bad debts recovered, coming under nominal account. Because as a credit, all income and gains. So it is coming under as a income. So earlier we declared as a bad debts, now it is recovered. That's why I am crediting now, shown as a income. Bad debts recovered account. Understood? These two entries, very very important one. Okay, then suppose any expenses paid by check. So we can say what are the expenses, for example, any rent, electricity account, then printing and stationery, conveyance account, then even salary. So all these type of expenses were given by check. How to record the transaction? Okay, expenses account data to bank. So any check related, you want to mention bank. Okay, as expenses as a nominal account, debit all expenses. Similarly, as a bank account coming under real account, credit what goes out. Okay, that's what this journal entry. Then suppose you want to open a bank account. What is the entry? So you want to open a bank account anyway, you want to make it cash deposited into bank. Okay. So what's the journal entry? So bank account data to cash account. Okay. That is very very important one. Whenever opening a bank account. Okay. So bank account. Suppose you want to open an Indian bank account or Canara bank account or Punjab National Bank account. You want to mention a particular bank name. Okay. So bank account. Coming under what type of account? As a personal, real nominal, debit the receiver. Okay, representative personal account. Okay, so bank account data to cash account. It is coming under personal account as a particular name of the bank, then cash account. As a real account, credit what goes out. Understood? Then, suppose any bank charges, and any interest charged by a bank. Suppose you open a bank account as a savings account and current account. So any bank charged by you as a service charge, correct? So how to record? Simply to say where it is coming under a bank charges, you want to mention debit bank charges account. Suppose any interest charged by bank, we are not maintaining any balances, suppose. Okay, so there is no list balances, the bank will charge interest. Okay, for that interest account data to bank account. Okay, bank charges or interest account data to bank account. So these are the some 22 journal entries, some important journal entries. When you go into land keeping or watch this video, you can be able to prepare the journal entries very easily. Understood? How to form journal entries with help of personal, real, nominal. These are the 22 situations, possibility in a business transaction. Okay, preparation of journal entry. Okay, so I hope that you understood for the at a quick glance of important journal entries. Okay. Then next one, very very important one, opening entry. So what is the meaning of opening entry? Okay, first I will read it here. So opening entry is a journal entry by the means of which the various balances, what are the various balances related to assets, liabilities and the capital of the previous accounting period. What is accounting period? You know, as it starts from April to next year March. For example, this year accounting period starts 1st April 2020, ends on 31st March 2021. Okay, that is called accounting period or financial period. Okay, that's what I'm mentioning here. And brought forward the books of current accounting period. So what is the opening entry? When you want to close the journal entries for the previous year, for example 31st March 2020, so whatever you close that, especially only in assets and liabilities and capital, these are coming under permanent account. Okay, expenses are coming under temporary account. So whatever these three transactions as a capital, as a liabilities, as a assets, carry over for the current period. That's what it is called opening entry. So opening entry is a journal entry by the means of which the various balances related to assets, liabilities and the capital of the previous accounting period are brought forward in the books of current accounting period. So previous accounting period I will mention here, for example here 31st March, okay, 2020. I want to bring that the balance for current period to be 1st April 2020. You understood now? That is called opening entry. Here you will see one illustration. Following balances appear in the books of Ram and Sons as on 31st March 2020. Okay. So this is the balances as a asset, cash in hand 430 rupees, cash at bank 2675, sundry debtors 7495, closing stock 9000, then machinery and equipment 6000. Coming under as a liabilities and capital, as a creditors, as a liability, correct. So the creditor name is CSI and Sons 5600, as a capital 25,000. Okay. So from this available information, we are going to pass a opening journal entry. Okay, pass the opening entry as on 1st April 2020. Okay, now let's see, we are going to see, we are going to pass the journal entry. Okay, so this is called opening entry. As you know, what is the date? 1st April 2020. Date. So 1st April 2020. Okay, as a opening entry. For understanding, I write opening entry. How to write? Okay. First, as a assets, we have to write as a debit side. You know very well, correct? Then as a creditors and liabilities, capital liabilities, write a credit side. Okay. Now one by one we will see. So as a in the books of who the books of person name is mentioned here, Ram and Sons. Okay, the books of Ram and Sons. Ram and Sons. Okay. What is a journal? It's a journal. Okay, already we mentioned the date. What is the entry now? So what is the cash in hand? Okay, cash account data. How much? 430. Thereafter, cash at bank. Okay, cash at bank account data. How much? 2675. Okay, so 2675. You have to write the comma. It's very very important. Alignment of the amount. Okay. Then only you can be able to calculate very easily. So that is very very important as a alignment. Okay. Thereafter, as a cash in hand and cash at bank, sundry debtors. So what is sundry debtors here? In accounting term, you know, collection of all the customers' name coming under sundry debtors. Okay, different customers. Sundry debtors account. How much? Sundry debtors account. 7,495. 7,495. Okay. Here as a debit, as a credit. Okay. Thereafter, after sundry debtors, closing stock. Okay. Closing stock. What is the value? 9,000. Okay. Thereafter, machinery and equipment account. Machinery and equipment account. What is that? 6,000. Okay, 6,000. So now we finished our asset side. So always assets we're going to write in a debit part. Okay. Then liabilities and capital. Okay. As the name given, first you have to write to creditors. Who is that creditors? CSI cents. Okay. You can write in the bracket. CSI. Okay. CSI. CSI. Yes, and sons. How much? Creditors 5,600. Thereafter our capital. To capital. Upon the creditors. 25,000. Okay. Now we want to verify now whether all our debit and credit equal. See here, what is our credit total? 30,600. Correct. 25 plus 5,600, 25,000, 5,600, 30,600. So when you total here, what is the value? So when you total here, what is the value? You get it 5, 5, 10, 0, then 1, 10, 7, 20. 0, 2. So 4 plus 2, 6, 12, 12 plus 4, 12 plus 4, how much? 16. Okay, that's what our 30, 25,000. So 0, 5, 5, 10, 1, 9 plus 1, 10, 17, 17 plus 3, 20. Okay, 2 plus 6, 12, then 16. Okay, written everything 430. Thereafter 2675 as a sundry debtor 7,495, as a closing stock 9,000, and machinery equipment 6,000. Okay. When you total everything, how much will you get it? You total it 25,600 it will come. Okay, when you total it. How much? 25,600. Okay. That's what the understanding here. Okay. So 5 plus 5, 10, 1. 9 plus 1, 10, 17, 22. So 4 plus 2, 6, 6 is 12, 16. Okay, balance 1. 6 plus 1, 7, 16, 23, 25. But do here how much? 30,600. So our debit is short, only 25,600. So what you are going to do? You have to equalize now as our debit and credit. So here what you are going to do? That missing is, this is called goodwill. So goodwill, we consider goodwill account. How much? As a 5,000 difference. As a balancing here. As a opening it. So naturally, it will become how much? 30,600. Now understood? Sometimes the difference will come, whether it's debit side or credit side. 30,000. Okay. So whenever credit side, you have to consider as a capital, what will increase. As a debit side, goodwill account. Now understood that. So as a opening entry, so whatever opening as assets, I put it. Thereafter capital and creditors. Finally, what will happen? You want to verify whether all our debit and credit equal. So debit side is short when compared to credit side is excess. Okay, debit side is short. I consider to goodwill account as a 5,000 balance and figure. Then why both side it will tally. So narration being opening entry, accounted. Which date? 1st April 2020. This is coming under 31st March for the previous accounting period. This is our current accounting period as opening entry. First we want to start the opening entry as a debit and credit. You understood? Likewise, you have to work out in our NCERT book as a opening entry. Okay, now you understood for the sum 22 journal entries as a sample, say ready-made journal entry for all the different situations. Okay, that's what we mentioned, a quick glance of import journal entries. Okay, so you want to practice, you want to see the more number of times for this video, you can be able to form a journal entries. Okay, then as a opening entry, we discussed as a opening entry, how to pass. Okay, suppose both side equal, okay, otherwise you have to verify whether which side is short, as a debit side or credit side. Accordingly, you want to apply the equation. Correct? What is the equation? Asset is equal to liabilities plus capital. That equation you want to form. Okay. That's why here missing figure we consider as goodwill account. Okay. So I hope that you understood this session. Please go through for number of times, 3 or 4 times. You have to watch this video. You can be able to form journal entry. For subsequent classes, we are going to discuss once you are strong in preparation of journal entry, writing of journal entry, then move for the ledger posting. From the journal entries to how we are going to post the ledger posting and the balancing. Okay. Subsequent classes going to discuss ledger posting and the balances. Okay. I hope that you understood this session. Okay. Thank you very much.